The majestic natural satellite has been the source of curiosity of countless people. It brightens up our dark nights and provides a way to navigate for our ancestral fathers. But over the years, as our understanding of the space has increased, we found some astonishing information about the Moon that led to more questions than answers. Is the Moon actually Earth's natural satellite? The new information has led to speculation that it might actually be an extraterrestrial technology transported here to survey mankind's progress and the impact we have on planet Earth, or maybe something entirely different. The reason why the Moon was brought here remains to be a huge source of speculation, something we will hopefully find out in the near future, but for now we have the following information that dispels the previous notion that it is a natural planetary body. 1. The Moon predates the Earth. It was initially believed that the Moon was formed when an external body crash-landed on Earth. A part of the debris from the crash accumulated into what we now know as the Moon. There is yet another theory stating that when Earth was formed, the remaining dust came together to form a heavenly body that revolves around the Earth. However, when surface materials from the Moon were brought back to Earth by the astronomers, the results led to startling discoveries, as the Moon rocks and dust predated our planet, which is around 4.53 billion years old. The material comprising the Moon turned out to be around 5.3 billion years old and the dust even older, dating to about 6.3 billion years. Hence, the Moon must have originated somewhere else. 2. The Moon's density. We know for a fact that the Earth's density is 5.5 gm/cm3. Surprisingly, the Moon's density was found to be 3.34 gm/cm3, around 3.34 times the density of an equal volume of water. This was explained by the renowned NASA scientist, Dr. Gordon MacDonald in 1962. He stated that if our astronomical data is to be deduced, we come to the conclusion that the interior of the natural satellite is hollow. 3. Moonquakes. A few years after Dr. Gordon MacDonald's theory came to be, in 1969, the team of Apollo 12 landed on the Moon. During their descent, they landed in a rough manner onto the Moon's surface, around 40 miles from their intended destination. The crash resulted in an artificial moonquake, which had startling characteristics. Upon impact, the Moon started to reverberate just like a bell would, which we all know is hollow. The reverberations lasted for more than an hour. The same phenomenon was again witnessed when Apollo 13 landed on the Moon, and its impact caused an even greater seismic activity, which lasted for more than 3 hours. This led to the conclusion that the Moon is unnaturally light for its size and possibly doesn't even have a core, which would otherwise significantly increase its weight. 4. An unnaturally perfect orbit. We all know that the Moon orbits around our planet in an almost perfect circular orbit, but still technically elliptical. This unnatural orbit couldn't have been captured by Earth's gravitational force, as we can clearly see in the substantially elliptical orbits of the other satellites in our solar system. This further fuels the speculations that the Moon was placed in its current position and orbit by an intelligent mind. 5. A stationary orbit. Another weird thing about our Moon is that its orbit around the Earth is completely stationary. Meaning that it doesn't spin on its own axis as all of the other moons in our solar system do. This is why every time we look up at the Moon, we see the same side of it, the side that faces Earth. 6. Unexplainable center of mass and geometric center. Another thing about the Moon we have been unable to scientifically understand is the discrepancy in its center of mass, which is around 6,000 feet closer to our planet than its geometric center. This discrepancy should, according to our understanding, cause the Moon to constantly wobble, yet it remains steady. Conclusion. Since we have discovered all of these discrepancies with the Moon, we have been constantly trying to figure out how it maintains its uniquely circular orbit, without a spinning axis and without wobbling. However, despite all of our efforts to understand these anomalies, we have yet to come up with a conclusive answer. The hypothesis that highly advanced extraterrestrials have hollowed out the Moon and placed it in an almost perfect orbit around our planet, gives birth to even more wild speculations. We know for a fact that the moon is primarily responsible for the tides, seasons and even some earthquakes. The moon is also known to influence our sleep and even our mood. So we can draw the conclusion that the aliens that brought it here knew exactly what they were doing and it was part of their agenda to influence life on Earth via the Moon space station. It has also been speculated that Earth is now a prison planet and the Moon a space station for alien guardians. Even more interestingly, author David Icke has speculated that the Moon is an important part of the Matrix deception that kept mankind enslaved for millennia.